Hey, hey, welcome or welcome back. It is as always good to see you today. It is Saturday and we are streaming again. I played a little bit of Wildflowers a bit earlier and then worked. While I was working, Ilya was streaming. So I have seen these videos, most of them during Ilya's stream, but I did miss about half of them. So there'll be parts of these that I haven't seen before. So if you do happen to be watching after seeing Ilya's stream, thank you for sitting through them again with me. But yeah, today's mostly a work day for me because I didn't make it to the farmer's market this morning. So, but we're taking a little bit of a break here from work to catch up on Amberlynn's video from Thursday and then her video from yesterday. I need to get back into the habit of doing my videos on the exact same day that she uploads so that I don't get behind. But we have these two videos from Amberlynn today, and this first one, boop boop, here we go. There we go. The first video of Amberlynn's. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Oh, and we are wearing our Amberlynn Pride collection today because it's almost Pride Month. So we put that on today. So this video is titled Beck Silenced Me with Proof, and I'm a Narcissist, Lamau. Let's talk episode 8. Hey Mars, how you doing? You getting ready for bed? It's late for you. I got a little bit of cold brew in my cup here because I think I need a little bit more coffee. I went to take a shower before streaming and started to wash my face with my hair conditioner. Realized what I was doing, and I'm like, let's actually use my CeraVe. And I don't know, maybe I need a little bit more coffee today. So we uh we do have Amberlynn's video here, and if you do happen to be new here, we do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed because she does speak a little too slowly for me. So all that being said, I also feel like I'm very loud for you all. I'm hitting the red on my headset here. Let me get it down where it's just in the yellow barely, and maybe I won't be shouting at you. But you don't need me yelling at you through the screen here. That volume should be okay, I hope. If I just talk at my normal volume, it should be all right. So, all right, let's see if Beck actually silenced her. It's 11, but the Eurovision Song Contest is. Oh, yeah, I've seen little bits about that. It's interesting. It's a really interesting concept for a show. Hey, Lizzie R, how you doing, girlie? You got your bags packed? All right, hold on. Let me check her volume. Hold on. I don't think you guys are getting any. Oh, I had it muted.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another Let's Talk video. Let's get straight
All right. It looks like her volume should be okay for you guys, but let me know if it's not.
into sweet and sour. You guys, I forgot to do my eyebrows. Do not come for me, even though I know you will.
I think when she does her eyebrows, they look a little weird to me, but I don't know shit about makeup or doing eyebrows.
Windows 9.6 said, I feel sorry for your mother, Amber. She
Oh, why? Why would they? Oh, okay. So right before this was Mother's Day, and Amberlynn told her mother, "Well, go to your favorite store. You can buy what you want." And they went to Target, and her mom picked out a pair of socks and a couple of other things. Oh, like a really nice little like desk organizer type thing, and then some highlighters, I think. Got your 3 suitcases packed?
Windows 9 6 said, I feel sorry for your mother, Amber. She doesn't. Blame Loki.
She doesn't. And then Blame Loki says Amber has at least 100 pounds on Foodie. Probably.
Said, Amber has at least 100 pounds on Foodie. Yes, I do. Bampa
Just, yep. I I don't know how much Foodie weighs. Um, See, this says that's crazy for you to say, considering you have a filter on and you still look busted as fuck. Oh,
Jangs2344 said, That's crazy for you to say considering you have a filter on and still look busted as fuck. I have no filter on right now. I'm just busted naturally. What can I say? MJ
uh, yeah, Feudies. What sounded like you said. Hmm, here we have a sweet one to counterbalance the three sour ones. Yeah, Feudy. It a lot of people say foodie booty instead of foodie beauty. Having those two words, foodie beauty, right next to each other, people will often kind of transpose the pronunciations. It's weird.
for Life California said, Love you, Amberlynn. I love you too. Dark Humor 42 said, They didn't open the floodgates. You did by talking about them for years. You're so stupid. All right.
I'm really glad that she put in those extra O's. It really added the feeling behind the stupid. Um, this I believe is in reference to Beck. Hey, DV. Where Amberlynn had said, "Oh, they opened the floodgates," um, because Beck had been talking about Amberlynn. So it's a free for all. Everybody will talk about everybody and say whatever the fuck they want.
All right, you guys, I have a timeline. Let's do it. This took a while. I had to go through so many videos. It was insane. Please keep in mind that these videos I'm about to show you is before Beck
Okay, I missed. I didn't see this part in Ilya's video, so I haven't seen these.
announced that they only want to go by they, them. On September 7th, Beck sent me a text message threatening me,
Hey, it's Chris.
saying, please keep in mind that these videos I'm about to show you is before Beck announced that they only want to go by they, them. On September 7th, Beck sent me a text message threatening me, saying, do not speak about me. And it was after I shared our proposal story. So they threatened the law, and I was like, okay.
So this was September 7th, 2022. It says, what did something fell off my desk? I don't know what it was. It says, last fucking warning. Stop talking about me. All you do is talk shit about me, and I just want to forget you and all of the bullshit. I will stop being silent if you don't, and I'm not the only one who has a lot to say about you. Final fucking warning. Take my name out of your mouth, and I can get the law involved. You really can't get the law involved. Nothing you can do with that. That's really an empty threat. It's kind of I hate to say it, but it's a redneck hillbilly threat. I'm going to get the law. I'm going to call the law on you. No, you can't. What are the what are they going to do? Oh, you talked about a time in your relationship that involved this person. Ooh. There isn't fuck you can do. I mean, you could try to send like a cease and desist, but Amberlynn, in these instances here, wasn't saying anything defamatory or anything. And then Amberlynn had started, the message Amberlynn started to send back was, I was sharing my proposal story has something, something, something.
I'm just going to take this seriously.
So we don't know what Amberlynn responded.
Not out of fear, because you're allowed to share what you want. It was out of respect. So on September
Bullshit. Amberlynn doesn't Yeah, that was a message from Beck to Amber. Amber doesn't have much respect for her exes, um, in my opinion. Uh, yeah, so this is her saying that Beck silenced her. Yeah, I mean, you could say Beck silenced me, but it's more like, you just said that you did it out of respect, but now it's Beck silenced you. Which is it? Did you stop talking about Beck out of respect for Beck as a person and not wanting to be spoken about? Or did you stop talking about Beck because they threatened you? I mean, it can't really be both, in my opinion. It's either I stopped speaking about Beck because they asked me not to, or they threatened me, so I stopped talking about them.
This seriously, not out of fear because whole story. So they threatened the law and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take this seriously. Not out of fear because you're allowed to share what you want. It was out of respect. So on September 13th, 2022, I uploaded a video saying I was no longer gonna talk about Beck. Is it true?
So September 13th. Okay.
The sweetest moments deserve the boldest flavors. Like our new concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruit.
That you told Becky you wouldn't talk about her if she didn't talk about you. So this is actually the final time I will talk about Becky. No, this is not my choice.
But it's, well, okay, so now here, so she just said this is not my choice. So it wasn't that you quit talking about Beck because of respect. You quit talking about Beck because they threatened.
She doesn't want me speaking about her, which, fine, that's great. I spent the last 5 years of my life with her, surrounded by her family, surrounded by her friends, surrounded by her energy, her circle. I followed her life. I was part of her life. Those 5 years are being erased from my life. She doesn't want me talking about her.
They aren't being erased. I mean, you can talk about things generically, and you could bring up things from your time in that relationship that don't directly involve Beck. However, Amberlynn did continue to answer questions about Beck on Instagram, like Chris just said in the chat, and Mars as well. You know, people would ask questions about Beck on Instagram, and Amberlynn would answer those questions. Instead of putting a carte blanche, I will never speak about Beck at all. I will not answer IG questions. I will not answer TikTok questions. I will not answer YouTube questions for videos. I will not speak about this person. However, if she did want to talk about something that happened in her life from that time, would she be able to? If she could somehow like not include Beck or like reference Beck, I don't know. Like if she was like, "Oh yeah, this one time we went to this one place and did blah blah blah," would that be okay or not?
I won't. I have so many things I want to say.
Then why haven't you said them?
So many things I want to say. You guys have no idea. I am just going to shove my pride away. I'm going
Yeah, it's Chris. Amberlynn speaks in absolutes completely.
to shove my thoughts and my feelings away and my stories and experiences and things that I would like to share. Out of respect, because I'm not this cold-hearted person that people think I am, I will not be speaking about her anymore. This is what I consider being silenced. There's a lot that I feel in my heart that I would like to discuss and say, but I'm just not going to because I'm not that person. If someone says literally to me, stop talking about me, then I'm gonna do it. I did not.
But she did continue on Instagram. She did continue to answer questions. As Chris says, a couple of months ago, she claimed her mom would never be in vlogs again. She claimed her pets would never be in vlogs again. The mom thing was a long time ago, and then her mom came back and said they should be okay being in vlogs. The pets, I mean, she doesn't show the pets directly, I don't think, in vlogs, but I mean, here we see Twinkie chilling behind her. It's kind of hard to not show Twinkie whenever Twinkie's behind her on the couch. Twinkie is looking a little chunky.
Not speak about them until 2 years later. It was January 15th, 2024. So in my vlogs at the time, I was doing like mini Q&As, and someone had asked me a question about Beck because Beck was now speaking about me again out of literally nowhere. And this was my response. So the last question I'm gonna do is, how do you feel about Becky talking about you again? So honestly, I find it a little weird.
Was that 2024? She said 2024. What had Beck said? Had Beck come back? Yeah, it was like the end of 2023 when Beck came back with Logan and did the little YouTube grift for a few months, but I honestly don't recall what Beck said at that time. Because Beck, if I recall, didn't want to answer any questions about Amberlynn.
Only because she was the one who initially said, keep my name out your mouth or the law is going to get involved. And then I think it was a few months later, I brought up the law just to remind her that that was initially what she wanted. It was my way of agreeing, but like now she's talking about me. I don't know. Share your story, share your truth, share what you think is your truth. I don't know what else to say about it at this point because I'm just not really into this whole let's talk shit about our ex for money because I just wish her nothing but healing, happiness, health, success, all the good things in the world. Then a few months later.
So sure. We'll go with that you want the best for Beck. We'll go with that. At the time when they broke up, Amberlynn was not happy and did her best to make Beck feel like absolute shit because Beck left her.
Later, on April 4th, 2024, people were saying that I was faking being in a relationship because Beck and Destiny were both engaged and married. So this is what I said in response to that. Guys, I have had an absolute influx of people.
Beck's chat was talking about Amber. Yeah, people were trying to get Beck to answer questions, and I don't recall Beck ever saying anything about Amber during those live streams with Logan that I can recall. I may not have seen every single live stream though, but from what I recall, whenever Beck was doing those live streams with Logan during that little blurb when they were back online, they never said anything about Amber.
Contacting me about my exes. One has a new girlfriend, one is married. People are assuming I am single, which I get it. People are also assuming I'm jealous and bitter. Literally, no.
I mean, yeah, sure, people are going to assume Amber's jealous and bitter because her exes have moved on. I doubt Amber really gave a shit, to be honest.
I want both of them to be happy. I want them to move on from me and the relationships that we've had. I do have a
I can see definitely. I mean, who wants to continuously be known as Amberlynn's ex-girlfriend? You know, who wants to keep having that over their head?
love life, though. I very much do. I have talked about Valentine a little bit.
Oh shit, this was the Erica stuff.
About her, and it was before my ex got a girlfriend. It was before my ex got married because I'm over there on Instagram like, yeah, I do have, a little love life going. To know that I'm very happy, and I'm also happy for my exes. I'm not some like jealous, bitter, crazy ex. I've moved on.
That's debatable.
I want you guys to do the same. We are all our own separate individuals living our own separate lives. And I just really, truly think it's time. Just let me be me. And I no longer want to be like Destiny's ex or Becky's ex. Like, I am happy.
I don't know why she puts these two gems around the eyebrow. It almost makes it look like she has an eyebrow piercing when she has those two up there like that.
And I'm also happy for my exes. Like, I am capable of feeling that way. I never spoke about Beck just randomly. I was always prompted to by my audience. 99.9999.
You don't have to, just because your audience is asking questions and goading you, doesn't mean you have to respond. You can ignore people saying things in chat, especially in Amberlynn's like videos and things. She has a ton of people in her chat, a ton of people saying all kinds of crazy shit. You don't have to respond to it.
99% of the time, I ignored it. But there were 2 times that I actually responded, and that was my responses that I just showed you. I was respectful in both of those clips. Keep in mind, between the September stuff where they threatened me with the law, and then the
Yeah, I don't care for them either.
2 years that I did not speak about them, they were speaking about me randomly, and I still chose not to speak about them. But whenever I did, those 2 clips, I still made sure to be respectful. Then it was sometime in January of 2025, I was watching a live stream, and they were saying things that were just not true. Very much
me. I was saying things that weren't true. Now, the things that I were saying were true. They were things that we obviously could see from the time with the relationship.
Speculation. So I was like, okay, I'm watching the live stream, so I'm just going to chime in. I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, so these were screenshots that people took from my live stream, and like people were posting them on Reddit, but people didn't know whose live stream they were from. They were assuming they were from like either like Nerfy or Zachary Michael or Jordy's or somebody's live chat, but it was mine.
Rumors that were not true. Beck saw that I did that and then lashed out. Even though Beck had free range to say whatever they wanted for years.
Yep. So you're welcome for Beck coming back. Oh.
And I did not say anything. The minute I said one thing to just like stick up for myself, they went ham. It truly felt like they were almost just like.
What's funny is Amberlynn didn't really even say anything too crazy. Let me see if I can find that where she has those clips again here.
And they were saying things that were just not true, very much speculation. So I was like, okay, I'm watching a live stream, so I'm just going to chime in. I wanted to clarify.
Yeah, so what Amberlynn said here wasn't even that bad. She didn't even say anything bad about Beck. She was just saying that, hey, because she was responding to things that I was saying. So it was like a conversation back and forth here. But people are only seeing Amberlynn's typed messages here. So you're not hearing what I'm saying and what she's responding to. So you're only getting one side of the conversation whenever people were just sharing just these screen caps. But she didn't really say anything that bad about Beck. She was just like, hey, you're only getting half the story. Your opinion is wrong based on my experience. And, you know, she was telling me that my opinion was wrong because I obviously wasn't part of the relationship. I couldn't see their entire relationship, obviously. None of us could. So she's just saying that, hey, what you all think you know about Beck isn't really the real Beck and isn't really what happened in our relationship. She wasn't even really saying anything that bad about Beck, in my opinion.
Rumors that were not true. Beck saw that I did that and then lashed out. Even though Beck had free range to say whatever they wanted for.
She's really liking this free range. It's free reign, by the way, Amber. It's free reign. They aren't chickens.
Years and I did not say anything. The minute I said one thing to just like stick up for myself, they went ham. It truly felt like they were almost just like waiting in the corner to see if I spoke about them in like any sort of way that did not, you know, seem respectful or just like perfect under their.
But what's funny is somebody had to have sent those screen caps to Beck. Somebody had to have sent those to Beck somehow because Beck would not have known about my channel.
Eyes because they wanted that moment to pounce. So they took that and they decided to make so many videos about me, lying, exaggerating, and sharing personal details of our relationship.
It was also a good time that Beck needed to earn a little bit of extra cash. I hate to say it, but that's Beck's MO. And Beck is gone again. Beck's gone again because of the crap with her fiance. But it's perfect timing for Beck to be like, oh, we earned a bunch of money for a few months. We gonna dip again. Mars Side says, free range cow. Mars says, I'm changing the iconic quote from Amber to free range like a bird, maybe a chicken.
Was very, very respectful.
We had a free range Mama Lynn loosen target.
About me lying, exaggerating, and sharing personal details of our relationship. I was very, very respectful to them, even during times where they were sharing things that genuinely hurt me. It wasn't until I realized that Beck was willing to lie that I realized, wait, I think I need to stick up for myself.
So there were some instances where Amberlynn did share some screenshots and things that did directly counter some things that Beck said. I'm not going to rehash all this shit again. There are still a couple of Q&As that Beck did that I've not had a chance to watch yet because there were so many videos coming out in a very short time when I was very busy. I'm still very busy, but I'm trying to keep up. So there were some instances, and there were some instances where Beck's memory was not remembering things correctly. It was like, oh, well, like the whole thing the whole thing, whenever Beck did that live stream with Casey and Nerfy, whenever Beck was like, "Oh, well, she told me that she got left at home when the family went to Disneyland." No, that was a different story. Beck was confusing two different stories together. So Beck's memory, which I've said Beck does smoke a lot of weed, and somebody responded on one of my videos saying that Beck has said that they don't smoke weed, but then Beck admitted in like a video, like two videos later, that yeah, she was smoking a lot of weed, and I've seen evidence that Beck smokes weed. There was a screenshot that Amberlynn showed in one of her live streams, I think, where a mutual friend had messaged Amberlynn and told Amberlynn that Beck did not use the money that she got, or Beck did not use the money that they got from the GoFundMe for the car. They used it on weed. And then I've also seen other evidence, but Beck's memory is not great for a lot of this relationship. Beck then also tried to blame it on, well, I was disassociating for so much of the relationship. If you were that unhappy in that relationship, then why did you stay with Amberlynn for so long? Oh, because Amberlynn was bringing in the money. You didn't want to lose your proverbial cash cow. I'm not calling Amberlynn a cow. It's just so Beck was using Amberlynn for income. Beck didn't have to work. Amberlynn had complete financial control, which isn't great. But at the same time, Beck kind of allowed that by not wanting to go back to work. So it was a very, very complicated, mutually beneficial relationship in a lot of ways. But, Scythe, there's somebody that likes to comment on my videos that doesn't think I'm too bright. But she also likes to talk a lot of shit in my comments, but that's okay. It's just when you have two people that don't have great memories trying to come back with these things, because Amberlynn's memory isn't that great a lot of times either, but Beck's is pretty shitty too.
It's all just giving weird energy to me, and I'm gonna move on now. So let's get into Sip and Community.
Here's how I got my team to use Monday Sales CRM and actually like it. Let me start by saying it's so easy to use.
You had a Chick-fil-A cup in last night's live. You truly don't give a crap. Never come on here ever again crying. I love their eyes.
You had a Chick-fil-A cup in yesterday's live. Oh no. Sigh.
I'm not gonna lie about it. I get a fountain drink from them almost daily because their ice.
I did hear her say this earlier. She gets a fountain drink from Chick-fil-A almost daily. This is $15 Diet Coke all over again. If she's getting just a drink nearly every day from Uber Eats, from Chick-fil-A, I guess getting just a drink doesn't count towards her takeout limit for the week. Chris says, I think Dakota was the driving force behind a whole lot of what. I think so too. I think Dakota was the one pulling a lot of the strings on that. She needs to get an ice maker. Yeah, absolutely. She needs to, but I understand it being a certain kind of ice. I've never had Chick-fil-A ice, I don't think. Now, Sonic ice. Sonic ice is where it's at. But if she's ordering a drink every single day, nearly every single day, that's a lot of money being wasted just on getting a frickin' drink. Now, is she also? Oh, I didn't bring a coaster up here with me. I'm getting water rings on my desk. I just don't know. Is she ordering food with this as well? Is she getting the kale salad? Is she getting a wrap every single time? There's an ice maker that makes the good ice. I think my brother has one. My brother has an ice maker on his kitchen counter.
Ice is spectacular. Sometimes I'll get a kale salad with the chicken wrap, but
Oh, here we go. Sometimes I'll get a kale salad with a chicken wrap. Soda streams are okay. I had one, but I donated it because I wasn't using it anymore.
I'm telling you, Chick-fil-A is not going to be the thing that makes me gain weight. Why don't you ask Mama?
Let's see that again.
Sometimes I'll get a kale salad with the chicken wrap, but I'm telling you, Chick-fil-A is not going to be the thing that makes me gain weight. Why?
Oh, I'm telling you, Chick-fil-A is not going to be the thing that makes me gain weight. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Chick-fil-A is going to be it. I think it's going to be the multiple king size almond joys that you're having in the evening.
Why don't you ask Mama Lynn to take you to a park and record walking laps? That'd be encouraging content fans could get behind, and much more interesting than what I pretend to eat in a day. See, when I first
That's a good idea. I've even mentioned this before that like Amberlynn and Mama Lynn can go on walks together. She doesn't have to record it. She could just be at the park and just show the park. Hey, we're walking around this park.
started reading this, I was like, wait, this is actually a really good idea. And then the whole what I pretend to eat in a day just goes to show that, like, you're not here to see me improve. You're just here to troll and here to be rude. You wouldn't be watching me walking laps to be like, yeah, go for it, Amberlynn, you're doing great. You'd be watching it to make fun of my body. I'm not stupid.
No, they didn't say that. And you can't infer that from what they said. They also didn't say you had to film yourself, like your body walking. Just, hey, we're out here walking around the park, either, just film your face, you and Mama Lynn, like, hey, we're going for a walk. Hey, we're walking Twinkie. And just show Twinkie walking. They didn't say to show, like, to set your camera up on a tripod and watch you walk around the park. They didn't say that. So you can't infer that. But here's something that Amberlynn will do, I've noticed, is if you if she takes something you say as a slight against her or as the slightest bit of criticism that she doesn't agree with, then it negates anything else that you have to say. And she takes it very personally. She will take things not in the way you mean them, and she'll twist them because she's assuming that you're trying to insult her. It's very exhausting to be around people like this because you feel like you're walking on eggshells. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but my sister, I loved her dearly. I miss her dearly. But my sister that passed away a year and a half ago was like this. If you didn't word something a very specific way, she would take it as an insult, or that you were slighting her, or that you think you're better than she is, or something. I would have to watch what I said sometimes very carefully because she would get angry and fly off the handle and just yell at me or take it as an insult. And I'm like, that's not how I meant it, and you know it. But also, my sister also had a medical issue. She had a really huge goiter on her neck, but you could not say anything to her about it because she would try to turn it around on you. If you gave any kind of criticism or anything, she would turn it around on you somehow. And it seems like Amberlynn does the same thing, where it's, oh, well, not all of us can, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I'm not saying that. It's like you can't tell them anything because they take everything as an insult. And Amberlynn seems to be very much with that same kind of behavior. Um, I don't know. It's exhausting to be around those kind of people. And like Amberlynn had mentioned before, like in the previous video, that like tough love doesn't work on her. And I think this kind of falls into those same lines. And this could be because of the way she grew up, where like, so somebody is like, if you don't start getting your health in check and start doing better, you're not going to be around much longer. That's kind of a tough love approach. But Amberlynn may not see it that way. as she could take offense to it and then shut down and just be like, whatever, I'm going to do what I want to do. So she really needs, hopefully her therapist can help her with these types of like knee-jerk reactions, which a lot of that's part of her borderline personality, where as soon as she hears something even remotely negative or something that's even remotely how she perceives it to be an insult, she immediately lashes back out or shuts down or takes it as an insult and then immediately doesn't listen to anything else you have to say. Um, so that seems to, so I've had to deal with people like this in my personal life, and it gets to be very, very exhausting to have to constantly feel like you're on eggshells. Also, if you're into astrology, Amberlynn and my sister had the same birth date, December 27th, and they shared a lot of these similar personality quirks. Oh, you're walking your dogs.
Did they check you for your heart enzymes at the emergency room? That is how I found out I had a heart problem. Yes, they did my labs and they did check it. It was some word that starts with a T or an L. I don't remember. But yeah.
Those are two very different letters. I don't remember what the enzyme is either, but
they checked my labs and my heart is perfectly normal. And they also did the CT scan and a chest x-ray. All right, you guys, now it is time for the interview.
Mars says that she can't say that, quote, haters don't want good for her. Some of us seem like haters because they're frustrated with her. Absolutely. People people can just be frustrated and upset but not be haters, right? It's just because you have negative feedback doesn't mean you're a hater, right? And just because I'm not calling her names and being insulting and rude and hateful doesn't mean I'm an am baby, right? I mean, I'm just a person watching this other person online and giving my opinion based on what I see. And I want to see her do better. But yeah, just because people have a negative like, "Hey, we don't believe you on this," or "We don't trust you on this," or "We don't like this," doesn't mean you're automatically a hater.
So, Amby, hi, I love you. There's a rumor that you're quitting YouTube. Please tell me that that is very.
I have her turned up all the way. Is that volume okay for you guys? Sorry, I was turning the volume up for me.
Very much not true. I really love your content and enjoy it.
Thank you so much. And that is definitely just a rumor. I am not quitting YouTube.
What are you
I think they said there's a rumor that she's quitting YouTube. No, because our girl needs a job.
hoping the future of your channel will look like?
I'm hoping that one day, like, the love will be louder than the hate. I know there will always be hate, always be rumors, always be speculation, all of that stuff, but I hope that it'll just be like a normal amount, like what every YouTuber has to experience. I experience something at a completely different level, and I hope that that just like goes away one day.
Hi,
That's not what the question asked. The question asked, what does she see as the future of her channel? I think asking more about what kind of content, what do you see the future of your channel being? Are you going to continue the same kind of content that you're doing, or do you see it evolving? But Amberlynn turned it around into a, oh, people hate me so much. I would rather see more love on my channel when that's not what the person was asking.
Amberlynn, I know things have been really tough lately, very heat to karma, but I was wondering, what's something in your life right now that still brings you comfort or joy, even on like the hardest days, like maybe a favorite book, cozy routine, or a moment with your pets?
Yes.
You love. Oh, this is part of the Amberlynn Reid Pride collection. It's paper clips, Lizzie R. It's paper clips.
Thank you for answering. I love you.
Aww.
I love your videos. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
and yes, my pets absolutely bring me like literally so much comfort. Like we have Twinkie behind me right now snoring. I don't know if you guys can hear her. She's so sweet. I also find comfort in just like Legos, and I have this app on my phone.
Legos are very relaxing.
It's a game. It's called like Harbor Gossip or Gossip Harbor. I don't even know, but I'm like obsessed with it. It's just like so relaxing. Just having YouTube videos on in the background, podcasts and things like that. Obviously, having my mom in my life is way up there, like number one with my.
Having her mom around, I think, is great. I'm glad that she moved to be closer to her mother, and I'm really glad they've been able to reestablish this relationship.
My pets.
It's a limit. It's right. It's limited edition. She looks completely shocked here.
The one I just heard, you guys are not going to be hearing. This is the first time I've ever had to edit one out. What? That was so offensive. That's just
Wow. I wonder. I was wondering if she was going to get one that was just completely just horrible, nasty, and rude and hateful. And it's judging by the look on her face, um, it was a pretty shocking one. I'm actually surprised because this is episode 8. I'm surprised it's taken us 2 months to get to one that was awful.
left me with my jaw on the floor.
Hi, girl. My question to you is what keeps your drive up? Like, what keeps you motivated to post? What's your work ethic like? I'd love to know. And yeah.
My work
What's your work ethic like? Yes, Amberlynn. Let's see. What is your work ethic like, Amberlynn?
ethic is hecticana. I'm just kidding. When I have a job, like an actual real job that's not YouTube, I show up, like for me, I was gonna say I show up on time, but random fact, if you show up early, that's on time. If you show up
Random fact, if you show up early, that's on time. There's a whole saying that if you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late, right? But notice she said, when I had a regular job that wasn't YouTube, we don't care about that. We want to know what's your work ethic like now that you're your own boss?
up like actually on time, like say your shift is at 9 a.m. and you show up like a minute early, bro, you're late. Like
I think it depends on the job. I mean, like if you're just a shift worker somewhere, it's like, you know what, you're not paying me enough to be here at 8:50. My shift starts at 9. My ass is going to be here at 8:59 to clock in at 9. It just depends on the job and how your employer treats you, if you feel appreciated, if you enjoy your job, and all of those things.
you need to show up like 10 minutes early. That's the way that I am and believe. And I'm a good worker when I am working, but I haven't had like
I'm a good worker when I am working. Seaside said, and the person had to drive her, so that makes sense. Yeah, somebody had to take her to work. So trying to get that timed out to like get to work. But whenever she was working at an actual job, she was working with Destiny, right? And didn't they work like the same shifts?
real job, quote unquote, in years. But I mean, it's 2025. Social media is a job. That's genuinely where it's gotten now. But what keeps me posting is like, I get a lot of support and I appreciate it so much. And also, like, I have to make money. The same reason why everyone gets up and has to go to work. Whether it's being a waitress or being a TikToker or an author writing their next book, we all need to get up and survive. And part of surviving is making money.
Right, but here's the thing though. We've seen so many times Amberlynn has just been like, I don't feel like posting today because my mental health isn't good. That's fine. She's her own boss. She can take some time off. And because she does get a lot of negative feedback and comments that could affect her mental health if she is reading them. But your average person, even if they can take time off, it's like, I'm having a rough mental health day. I still got to show up to work, right? I've got to do my job. I can't just take a week and not work, right? Amberlynn probably works 3 hours a day, maybe. I don't know, depending on what days she's recording or filming content. And even like this video here, the Let's Talk episode, people have sent her questions. She's just recording herself answering some questions from people. Yeah, she came up with the idea for, oh, let me do a Let's Talk video. But other people are providing her content for her, essentially, right? She's just answering people's questions and then uploading a video. This is maybe like editing does take time, but Amberlynn edits on her phone, which this video is 20 minutes. She maybe recorded 40 minutes of content, let's say 30 minutes of content, and then she edited it down to about 20 minutes. That does take some time, which is why I don't do edited videos right now, because I don't have the time to record the video and then sit there and edit it, because I add little clips and things in, and I do all of that. And then to export it and then to upload it, I just don't have that time, because I do have 2 jobs. I work 70 hours a week, at least. So that's why I do live streams, because I record it, boom, I'm done. But this isn't a job. I don't get paid to do this. But for Amberlynn, she's working, let's say 20 hours a week to probably make, I don't know, I don't want to expose what I make, but she likes makes, I don't know, double what I make. I don't know. But the the videos of hers that take the most work would be her vlogs, where she records bits and pieces throughout the day and then puts her vlog together and uploads it. I don't know how much she records during the day and then decides, no, I'm not going to use this, I'm not going to use that, I'm not going to use this. So I know whenever I do vlogs, I'll record a bunch and then I'm going through and I'm like, nah, that was stupid. Nobody cares about that. No. And it takes a lot of time, because I'll record a bunch of shit. And then I'm like, no, this is stupid. Or no, my ass looks really fat in that clip. I'm not going to include that. So I'm not trying to be mean and say that she has no work ethic, because being her own boss and doing these videos does take time and effort. But for her to bring up, oh, when I was working a regular job, so are you saying now that you're your own boss and just making YouTube videos that your work ethic has taken a nosedive? Because it's, I mean, she's making bank, maybe working like 20 hours a week, and that's fine. We're the ones watching her content, right? We're the ones giving her the paycheck from YouTube. But I think if she just, in my opinion, because I do make videos and I have done vlogs and I have done these things and I do editing, it doesn't seem like a lot of effort on her part, to be honest. And people say live streaming is low effort. Yep, that's why I'm doing it, right? Because I don't have to sit here and edit it afterwards. Amber probably has the lowest level effort content of anyone you watch on YouTube. I don't know, Mars. You're watching me right now, and I'm just sitting here watching a video yapping about it. That's pretty low effort.
See yourself living in Oklahoma for a couple of years or like the rest of your life? Or do you still plan on, moving to Seattle for a couple months or so?
So
Okay, if you couldn't hear that question, they asked if she saw herself living in Oklahoma or if she was moving to Seattle.
I don't see myself ever moving to Seattle. That dream has way left, and that was
Why did she want to go to Seattle? Now, Seattle is very pretty. I've been there one time for a job interview for Amazon. But Seattle's very pretty. It's a really nice area. There's a really nice gay area called Capitol Hill. Super nice. Yeah, vlogs can be chill. Not everyone needs to be Mr. Beast doing crazy shit. But Amber doesn't switch it up, go outside and vlog. Yeah.
such a weird dream. See, we go through eras. As people, our minds change. But I see myself in Oklahoma for a while, yeah, but you never know what the future has in store.
Maybe Amberlynn's next girlfriend will live in, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a state. Colorado. Maybe Amberlynn will move to Colorado.
OG, the
Queen has answered. So I just seen that you responded, so I'm sorry that this took so long. I just came back from
She needs to walk that poor dog. We don't see what she does outside of these little clips of videos. She probably does take Twonk out to go potty, but we don't know how long she's actually walking Twinkie for. But Twinkie does look like she's gained a little bit of weight.
So I just seen that you responded, so I'm sorry that this took so long. I just came back from bingo and
Oh, playing bingo. You know, I saw there's some place near me I saw that has bingo, and I kind of want to go. I'll be by myself.
Girl,
I seen that you also frequent bingo, and I think that's super cool.
I can go by myself. I just don't want to.
I can relate to you in so many ways, and I'm a new fan. I just recently came across your channel, and
I think a lot of people start watching Amberlynn because she is relatable, right? One, for me, she was a lesbian. Two, trying to lose weight. I'm like, hey, cool. You don't see too many people in the LGBTQ community doing these things and sharing their life online like this. So I started watching her after I saw a Greg Doucette video about her. And, you know, you can be like, wow, this person's really, you know, sharing and doing these things. And I think a lot of people started watching Amberlynn for that reason and then kind of started to get a little disillusioned.
I can relate to so many things that you've posted, and I just want to say that I think you'd be a really cool friend. I don't know if you would actually want to be friends with a fan, because I know that you've had
You're going to turn into another Alexis. That is just, the whole Alexis thing is just really shitty, in my opinion. Alexis was a bad friend. Absolutely.
bad experiences in the past, so I completely get if not. But I just want to say I idolize you.
oh my god.
Girl, it's fine to be like, hey, I really respect you and enjoy, but to be like, I idolize you. Girl, get some better idols.
Gosh.
Okay, so my question for you is, do you have you ever considered gastric bypass surgery?
She has. Yeah, we had a whole era of that.
And you might have already answered this. I have to keep going through your videos and see if you had it already. But I had the bypass surgery January of last year. I have lost 130 pounds.
Congrats.
Wow, 130 over a year. That's amazing.
I feel like the gastric bypass surgery for me really helped me not to overeat, because my thing is I have a food addiction.
Relatable.
And I was 300 pounds at 5'1".
300 pounds, 5'1". Wow. So for this person to have had a food addiction and not mess up their surgery, that's pretty incredible. Because that would be Amberlynn's problem, because Amberlynn, according to her, has a food addiction. And, you know, that would be one of the concerns after getting a gastric bypass surgery, would be overeating because you can't stop yourself and messing up, like causing damage to yourself.
And that was the heaviest I've ever been. I've lost 130, so I'm at 170 now. My goal is to get down to 140, but hopefully I can do that soon. But yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
If you considered gastric bypass, I know it's like a major surgery and a major life change, but I feel like it helped me, and maybe it could help you. But I don't know. I love you, Amber. Thank you for responding.
I love you, Amber. Thank you for the response.
You're genuinely so sweet. Thank you so much for the kind words. And I just want to say, congratulations, losing that weight. Weight loss surgery is genuinely just a tool. You did that. Good job.
Yeah, I mean, the weight loss surgery is a tool. And, you know, with having a food addiction or other issues, I mean, this person could hurt themselves if they didn't have their eating under control. But if your hunger cues are in place, then you're going to stop eating because your stomach is halved. They take a chunk of it out, or if they're doing the sleeve, they just kind of band it off, or they don't actually remove the stomach, but they block it off.
It's so inspiring when I hear people losing so much weight. I love that. As for the first question about the whole friend thing, I used to become friends with fans. A couple of my actual greatest friends ever were once just like subscribers. And one in particular, I've known for over a decade. And we
Oh, wow. 10
talk
years?
daily. But after everything that's like happened in my life in the last year, like I just don't trust anyone. It's like nothing against my viewers, my subscribers. Like I genuinely love you guys so much.
I can see like Amberlynn not having trust issues, right? With people having kind of come back to bite her in the ass just to be becoming friends, getting close, being really close, and then using that against Amberlynn. That is just a shitty thing to do to someone. Even if you don't like Amberlynn, that is just a shitty thing to do.
So much, but like I can't trust people at all. And regarding the gastric bypass, so a couple years ago, I genuinely was going to get it. Like I went through the ringer. I spent so much money because I had to go and do all these tests and do this and that. And like I really was doing the damn thing. And then I slowly was getting.
I don't know if I would say she was really doing the damn thing because she wasn't doing the mental work or the physical work that she needed to do. Right? Didn't they give her a goal of lose 1 pound and she didn't even do that? You know, she was supposed to do the therapy. She did that just, going through the motions essentially for the first few weeks. But it didn't seem like she was really putting in the work to actually get the surgery, at least mentally.
Into a breakup. I became super
And then that's whenever she and wifey broke up shortly after that.
unhappy. And I was like, I'm not in a stable position to drastically change my life like that. So I ended up putting the surgery off. And since then, I've realized like I don't think I want it right in my current life. All right, you guys, now it is time for tea or tail.
This is Pod 5, the first fully immersive sleep system. Intelligent, adaptive, effortless.
Ooh.
It doesn't replace your bed, it transforms it. Pod 5 listens and responds to
Pod 5. Huh. Maybe that's what I need.
Eating.
Oh, TikTok? Oh, you think they're coming from TikTok? I haven't kept up with Amber's TikTok. Sorry, my hair is starting to dry and it's getting a little. Huh. Eating protein will make Amberlynn gain. No, it won't.
Eating protein will make Amberlynn gain weight. So no, protein will not cause weight gain. Excess calories will. That could be from fat, that could be from carbs, and it can also be from protein. But protein itself, no, that won't cause weight gain.
So I know a lot of people are because Amberlynn has mentioned, hey, more protein and this and this. I have seen people say, why does she need protein? She's not a bodybuilder. We all need protein, right? And even like my dietitian, for my macros that are my goals, protein is 140 grams. That's because the more protein you have in your meals, the fuller you're going to stay because it takes your body longer to digest and break down protein. So you're going to stay fuller longer. Also fiber. So higher protein, higher fiber, you're going to stay fuller longer from those meals. So if you have a breakfast or something that's higher in protein and fiber, you may not be hungry again until like later in the day for lunch, right? So that's why she should focus on watching her macros and try to have the protein be higher than the carbs in her meals, and that will help her stay fuller longer, which in turn will help her eat less, right? Get some fresh vegetables and fruit in there for the fibers. Fibers for the fiber. So one of my typical breakfast that I make lately is the Kodiak Cakes protein oats. I'll use 1 serving of those. I'll put in a tablespoon of chia seeds because chia seeds have really good fiber content and some other nutrients. I'll put in about half a scoop of protein powder of peanut butter flavored protein powder, and then I use almond milk. And sometimes, if I have a banana, I will cut up a banana and put a banana in my oatmeal as well. And then I'll toss in a few, like 4 grams worth of the Bake Believe dark chocolate chips, because those also have fiber and they have no sugar added. So I have a peanut butter chocolate oatmeal, sometimes peanut butter chocolate banana. If I have a banana, I'll put a banana in it. And that keeps me full. If I have breakfast at like 6:30 in the morning, I won't have lunch until like 11:30. So protein and fiber, 2 good things to focus on to help you stay full, especially if you're trying to lose weight.
Amberlynn is a narcissist, and that is why she buys her mom gifts.
Amberlynn is a narcissist, and that's why she buys her mom gifts? That has to be one of the more ridiculous things that I've heard. She probably buys her mom gifts because, one, it was Mother's Day, and 2, Amberlynn buys people gifts a lot.
I'm telling you, the way that people try to just like twist any good quality that I might just have, okay? And they try to make it so harsh and horrible. I'm just like, what planet am I living on? So when it comes to like friends and
not Earth,
family, gift giving is definitely my love language. It's not entirely about.
I do the same thing. I buy people gifts just because I want to. Oh no, not that whole incident, the black on black on black. I mean, oh my God. Oh, not that.
The gift. It's about like what it represents. For me, it's like a physical thing and way for me to be like, I care about you. I'm thinking about you. I appreciate you as a person. I genuinely like surprising my mom with gifts because of that reason. Seeing how happy it makes her, it makes me happy. And I like making other people happy. And if I have someone in my life where I can tell that like getting random gifts makes them happy, makes them feel cared for, then I'm going to do it. That's not the only way that I show that I love my mom. Let me make that clear. I'm just bringing this up because this is such like a hot topic. It's kind of weird actually. But on Mother's Day, like I wanted to switch it up. I was originally going to do it for her birthday because I always surprise her with stuff, but I wanted her to go into it like she can get whatever she needed or wanted. So I thought that was a fun concept to take my mom on like a shopping spree.
It was a cute idea to be like, hey mom, instead of me buying something that I think you might like or want, I'm going to let you decide what you would rather have so you can actually get something that you want or need. What's funny is her mom picked out a pair of socks and some highlighters. Those aren't very expensive items, which is absolutely fine. But I know that if I were in Mama Lynn's situation and somebody was like, hey, you can buy whatever you want, I'm going to buy it for you, pick out whatever you want, I'm not going to pick out something that's like $50 or $60, 20 at the most, right? I would I I would be like, "Oh, hey, let me get this cute little thing that I may not typically buy for myself just because it's a cute little doodad or a cute little thing for like 5, $10." So it's kind of putting Mama Lynn in kind of an awkward situation to be like, "Oh, well, I would really kind of like this whatever, but it's like, $50 and I don't want to pick out something that's that expensive, you know." So it's maybe Mama Lynn didn't have those thoughts, but for me, that's something that I would be thinking about, you know, to be like, well, I don't want to pick out something that's more expensive and it would make me feel like I'm taking advantage of somebody's kindness, or I don't know, does that make sense? Is that just me? Is is that a me problem? Hibiscus, I don't like Amber, but buying gifts for her mom doesn't make her a narc. No, it doesn't. You're right.
It was a way for us to bond and just like spend time together. I know a lot of like mother daughters or like father's daughter, whoever it may be, like it's fun to go.
She could have also been like, sorry, Amberlynn, didn't mean to interrupt you there. She could have been like, hey, let's go get our nails done together. Let's go do our nails and I'll pay for you getting your nails done. Pick out whatever you want for your nails. Because they do go do that together frequently.
Shopping with someone that you enjoy being around. Like if you two both enjoy shopping, like shopping together is fun. I genuinely just wanted to spend the whole day treating her and doing things that she enjoys.
See, as Chris says, I don't think it was the buying her gifts The comments are more that she brags about buying gifts or makes the point to say she buys gifts. Yeah. Yeah, that could have been it. I haven't seen the comments, to be honest. So because she's publicizing, I bought this for so and so, people see it as her just being a narcissist for some reason because she's announcing she bought this gift. I see this more as she was sharing what they were doing on Mother's Day and sharing what she did for her mom on Mother's Day. I personally don't see anything wrong with this. A lot of people would do this on Mother's Day. There's lots of vlogs out there, people like, oh, hey, I brought this over for my mom and gave my mom this super expensive gift. Does that make them a narcissist?
Enjoys. That's why I took her to her favorite restaurant, her favorite store. I took her to the casino. I mean, she drove, but I treated her for all these things because I wanted the day to be just about her. You guys will never believe it. Someone literally sent me a message on Instagram. They were like, I cannot believe that you took your mom out to eat just so you could eat. I can't believe like you were eating there. And then you went to the casino and like
Was Amberlynn not supposed to eat with her mom? Was she supposed to just get a glass of water and just watch her mom eat? Do you think her mom would have gone for that? Her mom would have been like, "What the fuck are you doing? Order something." Right? I don't Mama Lynn would have been like, if you're not going to eat, then I'm not going to eat. Let's go ahead and go. That has to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard anybody say. Why would you eat if you're taking somebody else out to eat? Let me just stare at you while you're eating your food and be like, is that good? You enjoying those nachos? What the fuck do they expect?
you did the casino thing. Like, I thought your mom was just there to like do the casino thing. And over here like,
But yeah, they went to the casino together. Did Amberlynn have to also play games? No. She could have just watched her mom play and encouraged her mom. But Amberlynn's probably going to play too while they're there, right? This is something they do together to spend time together. We see them do this quite frequently. They go to this casino, they go to play bingo. It's something they do together that they enjoy. People say the dumbest things. They really do. And this is one of the things that gets me about Girl World, is people will just say the stupidest fucking things just because it's Amberlynn. I don't get it.
Like, yeah, I took my mom out to eat. Am I supposed to just like watch her eat? Am I supposed to just like watch her play like the casino games? Like, what? So you're telling me when you invite someone out to dinner, you don't eat, you just watch them eat?
Yes, that's exactly what I do. When I go down to see my brother next weekend, when I take my brother out for his birthday lunch, I'm just going to watch him eat, him and his partner. I'm just going to watch them eat, and I'm not going to eat anything. It's so fucking stupid. Um, Now, for the casino, it is possible that, maybe you just watch the person you're with play because you really don't want to play, or you don't want to spend more money on the casino because you're probably going to lose it, right? So maybe you're just like, hey, here's $50 for you to play, and I'm just going to watch you play.
It's like the strangest concept. Like, that message was off the wall weird. They also were like, you took her shopping. Why did you have to buy something? I bought soap. Like,
That reminds me, I need to buy some more soap.
it's okay, I promise. It was just like so many weird complaints about my Mother's Day where like genuinely my mom had the time of her life. I had the time of my life. It was so good just spending time with my mom. For me, it just feels like a lot of bitter energy coming from people. Amberlynn handpicks her oracle cards. No, 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 no. The universe would be extremely mad at me, and I take my oracle readings very
Girl, I think the universe is already mad at you.
seriously. That's the reason why like I don't do oracle readings on people who do not have my permission.
You don't do oracle readings on people that don't have your permission? You mean on people that you don't have their permission? But you're also not supposed to do your own cards, whether it's tarot cards or oracle cards. You're not supposed to pull cards for yourself, right? You're supposed to have somebody else do that for you.
Consent matters when you are doing oracle readings.
Consent matters in everything, including oracle cards.
Because you need that person's energy. You need it before a reading and after a reading. It's really important. Without that, you're...
This came up in Ilya's stream as well. I cannot stand the way she says the word important. Can't stand it. It's important. Important. Not even the British people say it that way, Mars, right? Say the word important for us, Mars. Did you drop the T's? It's important. I guess you do. And Amber's not even doing a British accent. It's important.
You're literally just getting distorted interpretations because it's not based off of the person's energy. It's more so coming from a bias. So the reader won't be going off of energy. They'll be going off of assumptions instead of the truth. So it's good to stay respectful when you are doing oracle readings and only do them on people who give you permission. And don't handpick your cards.
This is directed to the reactors doing tarot Yeah, there are people doing tarot readings on Amberlynn, about Amberlynn. I've seen a couple of videos pop up about that. But yes, I never pull oracle cards for anybody that does not want one. Oh, it's time for bad choices.
All right, you guys, it is time for bad choices. So let's choose 5. There's 2, there's 4, and here's another. Do you like dirty talk during sex? I do, a lot.
Ooh, we need to go wash the dishes. Ooh, gotta go do some laundry.
Would you break up with your partner if you caught them cheating? Yes, I would.
Well, yeah, I mean, you should.
Would. In your lifetime, have you sent or received more than 10 different dick pics? Yes, unsolicited.
Why do dudes do that? Why do they assume that you want to see their dangly bits? I don't get it.
If your partner eats food off of someone's naked body, is that cheating? Yes.
Why would your partner be eating food off somebody else's naked body? In what scenario is this happening?
I firmly believe there's a such thing as micro cheating, and that very much falls under it. Everyone...
What the fuck is micro cheating? That is full-blown cheating. If somebody is naked with food on them and your partner is eating the food, what in what universe and situation is that okay?
has their own boundaries though, so just make sure those are like set.
I mean, if you're poly or something, or if you're encouraging it, sure, go for it. But if it's not something that you're involved in, that doesn't seem...
You get into a relationship, so everyone can respect each other.
Yeah, you know, can you just see that conversation? Can you just see this conversation? Are they naked? It's Chris. Can you just... I'm imagining this conversation. You walk in on your partner eating food off somebody else's naked body, and they're like, oh, whoa, whoa. I didn't know this was a boundary. We didn't establish early on that I couldn't do this. You never explicitly told me that doing this was a boundary for you. That seems weird, Chris.
Each other's boundaries. Very, very important. Would you pose as a nude model for an art class?
No.
That is a big no. All right, you guys, so that is the end of this Let's Talk video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
All right. That was... Nope. That was... That's right. No eating sushi off naked women. None of that. That is a... So I guess if I ever get into another relationship, I'm going to have to establish that as a boundary. Sorry, honey, but you cannot eat food off of somebody else's naked body. I'm sorry. That's going to be a hard limit, I guess, for me. That's a deal breaker. You cannot You cannot eat food off of somebody else's naked body. You're just gonna have a marker board list of every single little thing that would make you break up with your partner. Oh my goodness. Imagine that conversation early on. So we're going to be exclusive, right? I just want to check now. Just want to make sure if this is a deal breaker for you. Let me know. Can I eat food off of somebody else's naked body? No? All right. Glad we got that out of the way. It's one of my favorite pastimes. I want to just make sure that that's a no for you. Can we do it? Can I eat it off? We can. Okay, great. Perfect. That will settle that for me. What kind of conversation to discuss boundaries would that be? All right. Well, we have Amberlynn's What I Ate Today video. This is a short one. It's just 7.5 minutes. I don't know if I will be able to count her calories because she's eating takeout. So I don't know if I'll be able to do calorie counting. But we do speed Amberlynn up to 1.25 speed. And this video is titled Healthy Options While Ordering Takeout. What I Ate Today, Episode 8. So we're going to see if these are actual healthy options because I missed a good chunk of this video earlier today. Oh, we got the pink earrings. Got a pink of pop. We have a pop of pink. This outfit combo just looks a little weird to me. I don't know why. Maybe it's the mesh with this dress. I don't know. Oh, sorry. I have her muted. Nipples covered by sushi.
Hello. Welcome to another What I Ate Today video. Nothing I eat is going to be perfect in this video. I am simply just a girl.
I don't think anybody expects your eating to ever be perfect, Amberlynn.
Hello, welcome to another What I Ate Today video. Nothing I eat is going to be perfect in this video. I am simply just a girl trying to work on her relationship with food. My intention.
I'm just a girl standing in front of food, asking it to love me.
For today is to eat better than I did at my worst.
Girl, I said this in Tree Boy stream. That is a very low bar. To eat better than you did at your worst is a very low bar to set.
Don't let food consume me, nourish my body, and be realistic while I do so. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've been awake for a few hours.
You've been awake for a few hours, and this is the first thing you're eating. Not everybody likes breakfast, quote, breakfast food for breakfast. Breakfast can be anything. It's the first thing you're eating to break your fast, right? But we've been conditioned in America that we have breakfast foods and then everything else. This is like a little snack. We have some salami, some cheese, some Triscuits, and some wheat thins. It's a lot of carbs, a little bit of protein.
And I'm not really feeling like a full-fledged meal, which this is a meal, but I'm feeling like snacky foods. So I'm having 6 slices of this salami. I'm having a few Triscuits, a few wheat thins, and
Wee Brie.
2 of these Wee Brie cheeses.
So brie is a pretty good cheese to have if you don't want a lot of calories with your cheese, and it's very spreadable. So each one of those little wedges is 40 calories. Yeah, just it's an interesting first meal to have.
So good. I'm also going to be having a cherry
Coke Zero. I haven't been able to find bottles of cans of Cherry Coke Zero the last couple of weeks at my Walmart. it's hit or miss if they have it in stock, it seems. It's really weird.
Zero sugar Coca-Cola. Keep in mind, I will not be showing all my drinks because I forget. All I drink is water and 0-calorie drinks. I'm about to show you guys the perfect bite. Triscuit.
You're not going to use like a butter knife or something? You're just going to shove the Triscuit into the cheese?
With the brie cheese.
Why are you manhandling, mangling that piece of salami? You could just make a little sandwich, put the whole piece on it, and put like another Triscuit on top of it, put like the smear of cheese.
Rip half of this guy here.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Smear it. There we go. Perfect bite.
I disagree, but hey, to each their own.
All right, you guys, so I actually just got back from going to bingo with my mom. So you guys are going to actually see in my weekly vlog, which I'm going to be posting on Monday, I talk about how I do not like cold ham very much, but I saw at this place, because someone else got it, that the ham is like really small and minced. So I was like, maybe that won't bother me so much. So I ended up getting a chef salad, which, you know, it is a lot of cheese. So I think next time I'm going to say less cheese. And I said no tomatoes, so thankfully they didn't put any.
Did you say chef salad?
I was like, maybe that won't bother me so much. So I ended up getting a chef salad, which, you know, it is a lot of cheese. So I think next time I'm going to say less cheese. And I said no tomatoes, so thankfully they didn't put any tomato. There's ranch. I just used like a tiny little cup. And then obviously a hard-boiled egg, which was personally my favorite part. But I didn't finish the whole thing because I do feel like there was just a lot of cheese. And then I also got some fries. I was really craving some fries.
That's a really weird combination. A chef salad and French fries. Waking up and drinking Coke, I could never. I drink. Oh, you do coffee, Mars? No English breakfast tea for you. That was horrible. I apologize. Yeah, having a carbonated drink like first thing in the morning isn't great for my stomach. I feel that.
As for a side of fries, I was not expecting as much as they gave me, so I did not finish them. It was genuinely a moment where food was not in control because I could have easily finished all those fries. They were super good. They were salted perfectly.
Yeah, Amberlynn doesn't like raw tomatoes either.
But I knew, I was like, Amberlynn, like, you're gonna feel heavy. You're gonna feel like lethargic.
So I had forgotten about this, but Ilya mentioned this as well. She just said, like in her last video, that she doesn't understand how people feel tired after eating, like at Thanksgiving. But here she's saying that she would feel lethargic.
After you eat all these fries, like, there's just no reason for it.
Holy crap. So we have a little bit of iceberg lettuce, so some water, a lot of cheese. That's a lot of ham. It is kind of chopped up little pieces of ham. I don't like ham. And I see the egg in the corner. And that's a pretty good sized little basket of like some crinkle cut fries. So how much of this does she not eat? So she ate very little of that salad. And about 2/3 of the fries. Man, I would have finished all those damn fries. That salad did not look very good. That salad did not look very good. But it's a bingo hall. What do you expect? So, I mean, she really didn't eat very much there. I wonder if they have like different snacks that she could get. I don't know if they have maybe like bags of chips, maybe some kettle cooked chips or some baked chips or something like the Lay's baked. I don't know. I don't know. No bin footage to prove she didn't finish it. Yeah. I don't know if they have snacks like that because she could eat before they go to bingo, right? And even if they're there for 4, 5, 6 hours, if they have like a little snack that she could get and have that instead of trying to get a full meal there, I don't know. It's just a lot of food to waste. I just spit everywhere. Jesus. Let me just fling spit everywhere. Um find some, even just a couple of chicken tenders, right? I mean, not the best because they're going to be breaded and deep fried, but it's better than what she has. I don't know.
All right, you guys, so it is time for my next meal. So I usually do not cook after I come home from bingo. So I decided to get this restaurant called BJ's.
BJ's is pretty good. I've had BJ's when I was in Louisville before. Speaking of which, really quick, there won't be any videos for me Wednesday or Thursday this week. I'll be driving to Louisville Wednesday afternoon, and then I'll be in Louisville Thursday, coming back Thursday evening. So unless I get back early on Thursday, there won't be a video from me. Also, a quick schedule update for me. I have evening meetings on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect my streaming schedule. I've already had Thursday evening meetings, but the Wednesday evening meeting is new.
So I just got this grilled chicken sandwich.
Okay, that's a good choice. Grilled chicken is a good choice. It looks like it's on Texas toast, maybe? Grilled sandwich here with grilled chicken.
It looks like this. There's onion, lettuce, aioli, and avocado.
Okay, good vegetables. The aioli may have more calories than she would want, because those are typically what oil. It's like garlic and oil and maybe a few things. Avocado, good. Lettuce, onion, good.
And then you also get a side. So out of all the sides, I chose mixed fruit, and
that's a great choice.
I also chose a side of Brussels sprouts. So that is what I'm about to eat. I'm sorry.
So I'm wondering how the Brussels sprouts are prepared. If they're just baked or air fried. I am booked, Mars. Because a lot of the sides for Brussels sprouts, a lot of times they'll be in like a balsamic vinegar. But are these just plain roasted Brussels sprouts? Because a lot of these things, vegetables are great to get at restaurants, but even like if I go to a restaurant and get like the broccoli, unless it's just plain steamed broccoli, you know that broccoli's been slathered in butter. So my poor little healthy broccoli is now swimming in a sea of butter.
Sorry, but this fruit looks so good right now. We have pineapple, which is my favorite, strawberry, which is my second favorite, and grapes.
Her third favorite.
The sandwich is so messy.
I see tomato. There's tomato on that.
But I've had it before. It's really good. Let me take off the tomato. I usually am like creeped out by grilled chicken, especially from like restaurants, but this grilled chicken is delicious.
So she's creeped out by grilled chicken. The way she chews with her front teeth always disturbs me a little bit. But hey, she ordered from a restaurant and she chose the grilled chicken. That is a great choice for Amberlynn, choosing a grilled chicken sandwich. Now, the bread is going to be probably slathered in butter and like grilled to get that look on the outside of it, probably. But overall, considering what she could have ordered, not a bad choice.
Like you can literally tell it's just like cut from a rotisserie chicken. It's so good. And then something about these Brussels sprouts. I mean,
if it's a rotisserie chicken, then it's not grilled chicken. Those are two different things. So it would have said like rotisserie chicken and not grilled, because grilled and rotisserie aren't the same.
Any Brussels sprouts good, but damn, these are good. You guys, I literally just ate the vegetables and then the rotisserie chicken from the sandwich. It doesn't even need the bread. It also doesn't even need the cheese. Like, I'm not.
Girl, everything needs cheese. Everything needs cheese on it. I mean, okay, so she didn't eat the bread, and then she missed also the cheese on it, and probably a lot of the aioli. I think I see on the piece of bread on the far side, a lot of the aioli on that. So, I mean, not a horrible dinner choice for Amberlynn. Indian food is pretty tasty.
Not eating any of that. Oh my god, that was so freaking good. Sometimes, honestly, deconstructing like a burger or a sandwich is exactly what I need. All right, you guys, so I'm gonna make a healthier choice. Instead of having a king size almond joy, I'm going to have, which I can't even remember where I put it, one of my Built Puff bars.
Oh, I think my wrapper fell on the floor. I had a Built Puff bar for breakfast. Yeah, my wrapper fell on the floor. Let me see if I can reach it. It fell off my desk because I forgot to put it in my trash can. Oh well, I had a Built Puff bar for breakfast.
So far I've only had one of the, which one is this? Brownie batter. I had it with you guys. And then I've had one of these puff coconut ones. Literally, these are so good. This is such a better alternative than having the king size almond joy.
Well, I mean, so this coconut Built bar would be similar to an almond joy. You have the coconut in it and the chocolate. It just doesn't have almonds.
King size almond joy, like no protein, over 440 calories. This is only 140, and this has collagen protein. I need more protein because I actually don't eat as much protein as I should. Like, I'm thinking back at my meal today, and like that chicken that I had in my sandwich was probably like the most protein I had. I did have.
It really would have been. And so she's not going to be kept very full from these meals because it's going to be processed so quickly in her body. But protein is good because it helps your hair, it helps your skin, it helps your muscles, and it keeps you fuller.
Have that salami earlier, which I have a whole other pack of that. A serving is only 9 protein. Oh my god. And then I didn't have much of the
9 grams of protein.
Ham. So, and like maybe random little protein and like things that you wouldn't think would have protein. Your girl needs more protein. So I also have a sweet tooth. So having these to get more collagen, more protein is a great choice. So I am not mad about it. A healthier almond joy. Oh my god, imagine if I had like a few little raw almonds. Yes.
Can you imagine her just shoving some almonds into the Built bar?
I feel like if I could eat a cloud, it would be this texture. All right, you guys.
I do really like the Built bars. They're quite tasty. Like when I go out of town this next week, I'm going to take some Built bars with me because since I'll be in our office in our warehouse for a good chunk of the day on Thursday, if I need a snack like mid-morning or in the afternoon, I'll have a Built bar. Or on the drive back home if I don't want to stop to get something to eat.
Guys, so it is the end of the night, so that means it is time for food for thought. Was there a moment where I felt proud of a choice I made today? Definitely the choice that I made at bingo and not finishing my
Really?
fries. How did my
I mean, I don't know what the bingo menu looks like, so I don't know what her options are. She made an attempt, by getting the quote salad. Just like last week, she got the salad. And she didn't finish the French fries. Potatoes are actually a really good choice. I mean, deep frying them. There's better ways you could prepare them. But potatoes are a great choice. For as far as satiety. But yeah.
Emotions show up in my eating today. I'm trying to think back to how I felt during each meal, before and after. I genuinely have so much going on, like in my life right now, that I didn't.
What do you have going on in your life right now? I mean, we have the the hospital visits and stuff. Jordy's shown the bingo menu. How does Jordy know which bingo hall she's going to?
I didn't feel any emotions towards my food.
I mean, but it's a bingo hall. It's going to be like concession food, right? It's not going to be the healthiest. You're not going to be able to get a healthy meal at a concession stand. Basically, you get what you get.
It was another day of just me trying to be better. What am I learning about myself through this process? I worry too much about what other people think and say about my eating.
Yeah, you do. You worry about a lot about what other people say, I think just in general. But I still think she needs to get with a dietitian. She needs to get a dietitian. I know she said, I don't watch Jordy's streams, Mars. Um, but um, she's mentioned before that she's worked with dietitians throughout her life and things. But yeah, let's remember that she said that a dietitian once told her to pour salt on her food to keep her from eating it. So maybe you might want to forget what some of these dietitians have told you in the past and get a new one that's been trained more recently than the 90s during the, rail thin cocaine era of, weight loss. And get a new dietitian.
Need to stop. I genuinely need to stop because the people who are saying bad things about what I'm doing to make a better relationship with food, those people don't give a care about me. They literally
don't give a care.
Don't at all, and I need to keep reminding myself of that. The people who genuinely see that like I'm trying to do better and they understand that counting a calorie or just eating plain chicken and broccoli all day is just not gonna make me.
I don't think anybody expects Amberlynn to eat chicken and broccoli and rice. Nobody expects that. You can still season your chicken if you're having chicken and broccoli. Nobody expects that of Amberlynn. But she can make better choices, right? There's things that she can swap. If she doesn't want to get a dietitian, she can at least, there are people that she can watch on YouTube that show healthier recipe options. She can even Google recipe options. If she would learn to eat leftovers, she could meal prep, and then she wouldn't feel the need to have to cook every single day. Because cooking for one meal is hard. Cooking for one is hard, having to do that every single day. So if she could find some way to get over her dislike of eating leftovers and meal prep, I think she could help herself out a lot. Even if she makes like a batch of soup or something, split it with Mama Lynn. Give half of it to Mama Lynn if you don't want to have 4 or 5 meals of soup. Just have a few or a couple and give the rest to Mama Lynn. There's so many different things that she could do in order to not waste food and to set herself up for success if she would just do it.
Me be successful, like those are the people that have rational, logical thinking. I have to continuously remind myself of the dietitians I've seen, the nutritionists.
Well, like I just said, the one that you saw back when you were teenagers that told you to pour salt on your fucking food, how about you forget everything that one told you and get a new one?
The psychologist I had, an outpatient, I have to like remember the things that I learned. The things that
you didn't learn shit from the psychologist when it came to food because you have not done anything that would fix that relationship. She needs to get a newer psychologist or therapist to help her with her food issues and a dietitian to help her understand her eating cues, her food, her nutrition needs.
that I learned during those times, it wasn't just for those times. It was information and knowledge that I was supposed to use for the rest of my life, but I didn't.
You didn't use it at all.
So here I am now trying to do so. I feel good. My eating was good today. My body feels it.
So why didn't you use it at that time? Why are you just now supposedly using these skills that you've allegedly learned from these people? Because you weren't with these psychologists and people for very long.
And I'm just happy with the choices I made. So that's the end of this video. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
All right. That was that for that. I mean, as long as Amberlynn, I guess, is happy with her choices, more power to her.
Welcome to paradise.
I mean, she definitely could have made much worse choices for her food for the day. But, I mean, the breakfast, the salami and crackers and cheese, that's kind of more like a girl dinner kind of thing. Like, I just don't feel like cooking anything or making anything. But again, Amberlynn's really bad with like her grocery shopping. But I think if she could learn to meal prep and have leftovers and have meals already prepped, she wouldn't be in situations where she's like, oh, I need to order takeout because I don't want to cook when I get home from bingo. There's so many other things that she could have prepped and ready, like the Amy's meals. The Amy's meals are a better option for like a microwave dinner. She could have some of those on hand. But I don't know. You think a local DM didn't? Okay. All right, well, we're at about an hour and 40 minutes here, and I think that's about all we have for this one. I'm gonna work for another hour and a half or so, I think. But yeah, I think we're good. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of your day with me. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's all we've got for this one. And I just hope you've had a good day. Hope you continue to have a good day. And until next time, be safe and take care.